is up, guys? Digirex here, and today I'm coming at you with a Division video. I haven't been coming at you guys with the Division video for a while, just because it was pretty dry there for a while. But now that Survival's out, I'm pretty hyped for this, actually. It's going to get me way back into the Division, because the Division has been dry for a while. There wasn't much endgame content, but now with Survival, there is plenty of endgame content, and this is my first Survival video, and this is going to be how to survive alone in Survival, or if you're a solo player, here are some tips for you. And I just want to say, before you guys start up a storm in the comments, I have played solo survival. In fact, my second run was solo survival, and I made it pretty far. But this gameplay here is solely with groups, because I wasn't recording the second run, or the recording got messed up. So the gameplay here is with a group, but don't worry, I have played solo, and I'm gonna be giving you guys some tips about how I survived solo. So first off, wherever you spawn in, you always want to get your stuff immediately. You always want to get your fabric and start crafting clothes immediately. I'd say the first tip to always do, even when you're with a group or solo, is to gather all your clothes you want. A hat, a scarf, a jacket, some pants. You always want the essentials so you can spend the longest time out in the cold without having to worry about freezing to death. So when you're alone, I'd say to start by scavenging the outside of the map. Even though the loot does get better the closer you get to the dark zone, so do your dangerous encounters. More agents are going to be there, so loot may already be taken. And if you're playing in PvP mode, then there's going to be some fights there. There's going to be fights, loot might already be stolen, and it's just riskier. So if you're alone, I would definitely recommend just scavenging the outside of the map. This is the way you're going to be staying most safest. You're going to be staying out of more fights. You're going to be staying out of less fights, which means less of a chance of getting hurt or to use your resources on. Because if you get hurt, you're going to have to use a med kit or something like that, and you really just want to be conserving your resources. And that brings me to my next point. Don't freeze. Definitely make sure you stay on top of your hunger, your hunger, your thirst, your coldness, all that stuff. Stay on top of it, because you don't want any of that to get too low, because that can be detrimental when you are solo, because you have to have a med kit to revive you if you go down. So if you go down, you're going to have a med kit to revive you, so you're going to be trying to scavenge as many med kits as possible. So you're also going to want to be crafting med kits. You're going to want to have supplies for med kits if you have full med kits, or you're going to want to craft more med kit holsters. So now, another point I have is use grenades. Definitely use grenades in encounters. This will make encounters so much easier, because you can get pretty good loot from these encounters, these landmarks and stuff like that. And if you use a grenade to lead off the encounter, a shock grenade, an incendiary grenade, or even just a frag grenade, that can make these encounters a lot easier if you are a solo player to take down multiple enemies. If you have a grenade on them at first, just a little bit of extra damage, because you are going to want to do these encounters. They have the opportunity to drop some good supplies and some good loot that will help you later when you're trying to extract, and so on and so forth, survive, all that stuff. They can drop food, water, ammunition, guns, armor, all the good stuff. They can drop clothing so you can stay outside longer. But like I said here, in this gameplay, I'm wiping out groups of enemies with a team. But when you're playing solo, you won't have a team, so you definitely want to use grenades. Lead off with grenades. Try to save your medkits. Take as least damage as possible. Use cover. And if it's not a landmark and you don't think you can take them, try to avoid the fight. I know that the Division doesn't have much stealth, but it definitely does have some stealth, and in this it is even more easy to be stealthy. They programmed it so the NPCs have an even less range of vision because of the snowstorm. So stick to the outside of the map. It will be slower trying to get loot, but it'll also keep you out of danger. Definitely don't pick battles that you know you can't win. Take on 1, 2, maybe 3 enemies at a time. Don't try to take on whole landmarks like your own. Like in some of this gameplay here, we are outnumbered. There's like 10 guys here, and even as a group, we start to struggle taking out these guys just because this was in the beginning of our run, and we don't have that high gear score and stuff like that. And if you are looking to get to the dark zone fast, well, you can't really do that solo. Solo is more of the kind of slowly building up kind of game. You definitely want to stay near the outside of the map. Make sure you always have an objective to go to. You don't want to be caught outside with nowhere to go and nothing to do, because if you do get caught outside, it's pretty risky to get caught by somebody If you're playing in PvP, you can definitely get caught by an agent. You definitely want to be in the hideouts and making plans to go somewhere else to scavenge along the way. So now, dividing resources when you're playing solo is often easier because you're not trying to keep a bunch of people alive, you're only trying to keep yourself alive. So food, you should be good on. Medication and stuff like that, you should be good on. But the objective is to extract, and extraction might be hard, so make sure you have the proper skills. I'd recommend the turret and the support station if you're trying to extract. The support station can provide you with health while the turret suppresses the enemies. So these are some of my tips for surviving and extracting solo from survival. I hope you guys enjoyed some of these tips. Subscribe for more Division content, Destiny, Call of Duty, Overwatch, all those good games. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is Medigirex. Peace.